Hey, what's up, Raw Form Fitness family? Today we are going to break down a topic that has been massively misunderstood for decades, and one that causes confusion and frustration in the fitness world. We are talking about body types, specifically the categories of Ectomorph, Mesomorph, and Endomorph. It's a subject often thrown around in gyms and online forums, but few people truly grasp what it means for their fitness journey. Understanding this concept can be the key to unlocking progress you never thought was possible, moving past plateaus, and finally working with your body instead of fighting against it. You have probably heard people make statements that sound like excuses, but are rooted in genuine belief about their genetic limitations. Maybe you have heard someone say, "I can't gain muscle no matter how much I eat or lift. I'm just naturally skinny, and I will always be this way." Or perhaps you have lamented, "I seem to gain fat just by looking at cake, it's in my genes, there is nothing I can do." While there is truth in these feelings, they often come from misunderstanding. There is real science behind these statements influencing how our bodies respond to diet and exercise. Today, we are going to dive deep into this science. The goal is not to put you in a restrictive box or give you an excuse to give up on your goals, quite the opposite. The purpose is to empower you with knowledge. By understanding somatotypes, you can make smarter decisions about your health and fitness. We are going to explore the specific characteristics of each body type, looking at how they manifest in male and female physiques. This will provide crucial foundation for everything that follows, helping you identify where you fit on the body composition spectrum. More importantly, we won't just stop at identification. We will provide actionable advice tailored to each type, covering how you should train and what you should eat to achieve the best results for your genetic makeup. Whether your goal is building muscle-shedding body fat or becoming healthier and stronger, this information serves as your personal roadmap. We will share essential tips to optimize your body's potential, proving that your genetics are not a life sentence but a starting point. So if you are ready to understand your body on a deeper level, let's get right into it. Before we can effectively delve into the specifics of each individual body type, it is crucial to first answer the big, overarching question that forms the basis of this entire concept. What exactly determines your body shape in the first place? Your body type, which is more scientifically referred to as your somatotype, is a classification based on your body's natural composition and structure. This is not some new age fad. The concept was developed in the 1940s by psychologist William Sheldon to categorize human physiques. While some of his initial theories have been debated, the core idea of distinct body compositions remains a useful tool in fitness and physiology today. Your somatotype is heavily influenced by your genetic inheritance, the biological blueprint handed down from your parents. These genetic factors dictate a wide range of physical traits, including your fundamental bone structure, such as the width of your shoulders and hips, and the length of your limbs. Genetics also play a significant role in determining your natural muscle distribution, your baseline metabolic rate, and your body's predisposition for storing fat in certain areas. These are the elements that are largely fixed and provide the underlying framework for your physique, setting the stage for how your body will respond to external stimuli like diet and exercise throughout your life. It is the reason why two people can follow the exact same plan and see different results. Beyond the fixed genetic code, your body shape is also powerfully shaped by your hormonal profile, which can fluctuate and be influenced by lifestyle factors. Key hormones like testosterone and growth hormone are instrumental in building muscle mass, which is why individuals with naturally higher levels may find it easier to develop a muscular build. Conversely, hormones such as estrogen, insulin, and cortisol play critical roles in fat storage and metabolism. For instance, sensitivity to insulin can determine how efficiently your body uses carbohydrates for energy versus storing them as fat. Similarly, chronic stress leading to elevated cortisol can encourage fat accumulation, particularly around the midsection, altering your overall body shape. However, it is absolutely essential to understand this critical truth before we proceed. Almost no one is a pure 100% ectomorph, mesomorph, or endomorph. These categories are not rigid, definitive labels, but rather points on a spectrum. Most people are actually a combination of two types, such as an ectomesomorph who is naturally lean but can build muscle well, or an endomesomorph who is naturally strong, but also gains fat easily. Thinking of these types as a spectrum is far more accurate and useful. Still, identifying your dominant somatotype provides an invaluable advantage. It helps you tailor your training, customize your nutrition, and set realistic expectations for your fitness journey. Now let's break them down one by one. Before we can effectively delve into the specifics of each body type, it is crucial to first answer the big, overarching question that forms the basis of this concept. What exactly determines your body shape in the first place? Your body type, which is scientifically referred to as your somatotype, is a classification based on your body's natural composition and structure. This is not some new age fad. The concept was developed back in the 1940s by psychologist William Sheldon as a way to categorize the vast diversity of human physiques. While his original psychological theories have been debated and set aside, the core idea of distinct body compositions remains incredibly useful in modern fitness and physiology today. Your somatotype is heavily influenced by your genetic inheritance, which is essentially the biological blueprint handed down from your parents and their ancestors. These genetic factors dictate your most fundamental physical traits, including your bone structure such as shoulder width and hip width, and the length of your limbs. Genetics also determine your natural muscle distribution, your baseline metabolic rate, how quickly you burn calories at rest, and your body's predisposition for storing fat in certain areas. These elements are largely fixed and provide the foundational framework for your physique. This genetic framework explains why two people can follow the exact same workout and diet yet achieve completely different results. One person might pack on muscle easily, while the other struggles to gain a single pound. Another might lose weight rapidly, while their partner finds it difficult to shed body fat. This isn't about working harder, it's a direct reflection of unique genetic predispositions. Understanding this removes the frustration and self-blame from comparing your progress to someone else's, allowing you to focus on what works for your body. Think of your genetics as the hand of cards you were dealt at birth. You cannot change the cards, your bone structure will always remain the same. But you have control over how you play that hand. Recognizing your genetic tendencies is the first step toward a smarter strategy. It sets the stage for how your body responds to external stimuli, such as exercise and food choices. This knowledge empowers you to move away from one-size-fits-all and toward a personalized plan that honors your natural inclinations, leading to more sustainable and satisfying results. While genetics lay down the foundation, they are only part of the story. Your body shape is also sculpted by your unique hormonal profile, which can fluctuate significantly and be influenced by daily habits. Key anabolic hormones like testosterone and human growth hormone are instrumental in building muscle. This is why individuals with naturally higher levels, often mesomorphic types, find it easier to develop muscle with relatively less effort. Their internal environment is primed for growth. Other hormones play a critical role in metabolism and fat storage. Hormones such as estrogen, insulin, and cortisol are major players. Your insulin sensitivity determines how you process carbs, either into muscle cells or converted to fat. Chronic stress leads to elevated cortisol. High cortisol encourages fat accumulation, particularly around the abdomen, altering your body shape over time. This interplay between genetics and hormones is epigenetics in action, how behaviors and environment affect how your genes work. You might be predisposed to slower metabolism associated with endomorphs. However, through high-intensity exercise and protein-rich diets, you can improve insulin sensitivity and boost metabolic rate. Your lifestyle choices act as signals to your genes, giving you significant control over your body's function. Almost no one is pure 100% ectomorph, mesomorph, or endomorph. These are not rigid labels but points on a spectrum. Most people are combinations like ectomesomorphs or endomesomorphs. Thinking as a spectrum is far more accurate. Still, identifying your dominant type provides invaluable advantage for tailoring training and nutrition. Alright, let's kick things off with our first body type, the ectomorph. When you hear this term, I want you to picture the person who seems to eat whatever they want without gaining a single ounce. They are often referred to as the classic hardgainer because gaining weight, whether it is muscle or fat, is a genuine challenge. Ectomorphs are characterized by very distinct physical traits. They typically have a lighter build with smaller joints and leaner muscle bellies. Think of their bone structure as being more delicate. They often have narrow shoulders and hips, giving them a linear or rectangular frame. Their limbs, like their arms and legs, are often long in proportion to their torso. From a scientific standpoint, the ectomorph's signature trait is a fast and highly efficient metabolism. It's like they have a supercharged internal furnace constantly burning through calories at an accelerated rate. This metabolic advantage is often linked to a more active thyroid gland and potentially higher levels of certain hormones like epinephrine and norepinephrine. This means even at rest, their body uses more energy than other body types. While this might sound like a dream come true for losing weight, it presents a significant hurdle for the ectomorph, whose goal is to bulk up and build muscle. When we look at males and females, the core characteristics remain same, but with subtle differences. A male ectomorph is typically the lean guy who might have visible abs without ever doing a crunch, but finds it difficult to add size to his chest, arms and legs. He may look defined but lacks that full, dense muscle mass. The female ectomorph is often described as having a ballerina or runway model physique. She is naturally slender, with less prominent curves in the bust and hips, and may struggle to develop shapely glutes or toned thighs despite efforts in the gym. The biggest psychological challenge is often the frustration that comes with feeling their hard work in the gym and kitchen isn't paying off. They can eat large amounts and lift weights consistently, only to see minimal changes on the scale or in the mirror. This can be demotivating and lead many to believe they're not cut out for building muscle. However, this could not be further from the truth. The ectomorph can absolutely build a strong, impressive physique. They just need a more strategic approach than a mesomorph or endomorph. It's not about working harder but working smarter. Ectomorphs, forget copying your mesomorph friends' routines. High volume and endless cardio will only burn through your hard-earned calories. The secret? Focus on heavy compound lifts. Squats, deadlifts, bench presses, overhead presses, and rows. Make these the core of every workout. Isolation moves are just accessories. Prioritize getting stronger on these lifts. Strength leads to size. Keep workouts short and intense. 45-60 minutes, 3-4 days a week, with plenty of rest in between. Remember, muscle grows during recovery, not in the gym. Cardio, keep it minimal. Too much burns the calories you need to build muscle. If you must, stick to 1-2 low-intensity sessions per week like brisk walks. Avoid long-distance running or HIIT during bulking phases. Your main goal: preserve calories and channel your energy into lifting and recovery. Train smart, not just hard. Build your foundation with the basics and let your body do the rest. That's how an ectomorph turns hard work into real muscle. Training sparks growth, but nutrition fuels it, especially for ectomorphs. You need a consistent calorie surplus, period. Most ectomorphs underestimate their needs. Track your intake to be sure. Aim for a macro split: 50% carbs, 30% protein, 20% healthy fats. Focus on complex carbs, oats, rice, potatoes, for steady energy and recovery. Eat every 3-4 hours, 5 to 6 smaller calorie-dense meals work best. Liquid calories are your friend. Blend shakes with whey, oats, banana, peanut butter, and whole milk for easy gains. Add healthy fats like avocado and nuts to boost calories without stuffing yourself. Don't try to cram all your food into 3 meals. Spread it out for better absorption and less discomfort. Consistency in the kitchen is as important as intensity in the gym. Be patient. Muscle takes time, but with the right fuel, you'll get there. Track, adjust, and stay disciplined. That's the ectomorph's path to real growth. Meet the mesomorph, the natural athlete, the easy gainer. Broad shoulders, narrow waist, and naturally full muscles set them apart. Their hormonal profile, higher testosterone and growth hormone, makes building muscle and recovering fast almost effortless. Mesomorphs excel in strength, power, and speed, often dominating sports and building muscle with minimal effort. Men typically have the classic V taper. Women, a strong hourglass shape. But this advantage can breed complacency. Results come easy at first, so discipline can slip. Without structure, progress stalls and plateaus set in. To reach their true potential, mesomorphs must combine their genetics with consistent, focused effort. Don't rely on luck. Maximize your gifts with smart training and nutrition. The real winners are those who work as hard as they're built. Genetics open the door, but discipline walks you through it. Stay hungry, stay humble. That's how a mesomorph becomes truly elite. Mesomorphs thrive on a mix of heavy lifting and moderate rep hypertrophy work. Start with compound lifts, squats, deadlifts, bench, in the 4-6 rep range for strength. Follow with 8-12 reps for muscle growth and definition. Cardio is your ally. 2-3 sessions of HIIT or steady state per week keep you lean and showcase your muscle. Change up your routine regularly. New exercises, rep ranges, and intensity prevent plateaus. Train 4-5 days a week for perfect balance of stimulus and recovery. Don't just chase big arms, build symmetry by training your back, shoulders, and legs equally. Progressive overload is key. Always push for more weight, reps, or intensity. Variety and discipline turn good genetics into a world-class physique. Don't settle for average. Refine your strengths. The best mesomorphs are relentless and strategic. Keep evolving. Keep challenging yourself. That's how you sculpt an athletic, powerful body. Mesomorphs need a balanced nutrition plan, no extremes required. Start with 40% carbs, 30% protein, 30% healthy fats for optimal muscle and leanness. Prioritize high-quality protein, chicken, fish, lean beef, eggs, Greek yogurt, at every meal. Spread protein across 4 or 5 meals to fuel recovery and growth. Choose complex carbs like sweet potatoes, brown rice, and veggies, especially around workouts. Limit simple sugars and processed foods to avoid unwanted fat gain. Adjust your intake based on your goals. Eat more carbs and calories to bulk, cut back to lean out. The ability to fine-tune your diet is a Mesomorph's secret weapon. Focus on whole foods and consistency for year-round results. Nutrition is your foundation. Don't let it slip. Adapt, monitor, and stay disciplined. That's how you maintain a lean, muscular physique. Fuel your performance, and your genetics will do the rest. Endomorphs, naturally strong, with a stockier build and powerful frame. Gaining muscle and strength comes easy, but so does gaining fat. Their slower metabolism means calories are stored efficiently. Great for survival, tough for staying lean. Men tend to be broad and powerful, women curvy with strong lower bodies. The challenge, revealing muscle by managing body fat. Endomorphs often feel progress is slow and the deck is stacked against them. But their ability to build muscle is a huge advantage. Focus on that. Consistency and patience are your best tools. Reframe your mindset. You're built for strength, now sculpt it. With the right training and nutrition, you can achieve a powerful aesthetic physique. Don't compare your journey to others. Embrace your strengths. Stay disciplined, stay focused. That's how an endomorph unlocks their true potential. For the endomorph, the training approach needs to be strategically designed to accomplish 2 main goals, simultaneously maximizing calorie burn to facilitate fat loss and stimulating the muscles enough to retain and even build lean mass. Their training philosophy should be centered around high activity levels and metabolic conditioning. Unlike ectomorphs, endomorphs should embrace cardio as a primary tool in their fitness arsenal. A combination of both high-intensity interval training, HIIT, and steady-state cardio is ideal. High-height sessions like sprints or battle ropes are fantastic for revving up the metabolism for hours after the workout, while longer steady-state sessions like a brisk walk on an incline or cycling are great for burning a significant number of calories during the activity. When it comes to weightlifting, the focus should shift slightly from pure, heavy, low-rep work to a more moderate weight with higher repetitions and shorter rest periods. This style of training keeps the heart rate elevated throughout the session, turning the weightlifting workout itself into a significant calorie-burning event. Aiming for rep ranges of 10 to 15, or even up to 20 on some exercises, is highly effective. Circuit training, where you move from one exercise to the next with minimal rest in between, is an excellent method for endomorphs. This approach builds muscular endurance and keeps the metabolic fire stoked long after the last rep is completed. Because of their slower metabolism, endomorphs benefit from a higher training frequency. Their robust build and natural strength give them great recovery capabilities, allowing them to handle more volume. Training 5 to 6 days per week is often the sweet spot, with a mix of dedicated weight training days and cardio-focused days. Furthermore, an endomorph's progress is significantly impacted by their overall daily activity level, a concept known as NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This includes all the calories you burn from activities outside of formal exercise like walking, taking the stairs, or even fidgeting. Simply making a conscious effort to move more throughout the day can make a massive difference in their fat loss journey. The key for the endomorph is to remain active and consistent. They must understand that their body is designed to conserve energy, so they have to work consciously to expend it. They should not compare their journey to that of a naturally lean mesomorph. Their path is different, but the destination is just as achievable. By combining regular, intense cardio with metabolically demanding weight training and a commitment to an active lifestyle, the endomorph can effectively manage their body fat, revealing the strong, powerful physique that is their unique genetic gift. It is a battle won through relentless consistency and intelligent programming that keeps the body burning fuel. Nutrition is the ultimate battleground for the endomorph. It is where their success or failure is most often decided. Due to their metabolic characteristics and insulin sensitivity, A diet high in carbohydrates, especially simple and refined ones, can quickly lead to fat storage. Therefore, the most effective strategy for an endomorph is a diet lower in carbohydrates and higher in protein and healthy fats. This approach helps control insulin levels, promote satiety, and encourage the body to use stored fat for energy. A great starting macronutrient split is approximately 30% carbohydrates, 40% protein, and 30% healthy fats. Protein intake must be a top priority. A high-protein diet is incredibly beneficial for several reasons. First, protein is the most satiating macronutrient, helping to control hunger and reduce overall calorie intake. Second, it has a higher thermic effect, meaning your body burns more calories just digesting it. Finally, and most importantly, adequate protein is essential for preserving lean muscle mass during a fat loss phase. Losing weight is the goal, but losing muscle is not. Aiming for high protein intake from sources like lean meats, fish, eggs, and quality protein supplements is absolutely critical. Carbohydrate management is key. This doesn't mean eliminating carbs entirely, but being strategic about quantity and timing. Endomorphs should focus on high-fiber sources like vegetables, legumes, and small portions of whole grains. These fibrous carbs slow down digestion and prevent sharp blood sugar spikes that lead to fat storage. It's beneficial to time carbohydrate intake around workouts when bodies are most likely to use carbs for muscle glycogen rather than storing as fat. Avoiding processed carbs, sugary drinks, and desserts is non-negotiable. Consistency with meal timing and avoiding late-night eating is particularly helpful. Eating regular balanced meals helps manage energy levels and prevents extreme hunger that leads to poor food choices. Because they're prone to fat storage, eating large, carb-heavy meals before bed is generally a bad idea. An endomorph who masters nutrition, prioritizing protein and healthy fats, controlling carbohydrate intake, focusing on whole foods, and staying consistent, will unlock the secret to managing body composition. It requires more discipline, but the reward is revealing the powerful, strong physique built in the gym. So, we've journeyed through the characteristics of the ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. We've explored the best training and nutrition strategies for each. This brings us to the most critical and most frequently asked question: can you actually change your body type? Can a lanky ectomorph transform into a bulky mesomorph, or can a stocky endomorph become as lean as an ectomorph? The honest and direct answer is both no and yes. It's a bit of a paradox that requires us to look at what is fixed versus what is flexible. And understanding this distinction is the key to unlocking your true potential without chasing unrealistic goals. Let's start with the no part, which deals with your fundamental genetic framework. There are certain aspects of your physique that are determined by your DNA and are unchangeable. Your basic bone structure is the primary example. You cannot change the width of your clavicles for broader shoulders, nor can you alter the width of your hip bones. The points where muscles insert into your bones are genetically fixed, which influences the shape and potential size of muscle bellies. These are the architectural blueprints you were born with, and no amount of training or dieting will alter them. This is why a pure ectomorph will likely never have the bone density and massive frame of a pure endomorph. Their skeletal structure is lighter and more delicate by nature. Likewise, an endomorph will always have a wider, stockier frame compared to an ectomorph. This isn't good or bad, it's simply biological reality. Trying to fight your fundamental structure is a recipe for frustration. Accepting your genetic starting point is the most crucial step in building the best version of yourself. It's about working with your natural canvas, not trying to replace it completely. Embracing this reality is incredibly empowering. It frees you from comparing yourself to someone with different genetics. Instead of wishing for someone else's structure, you can focus your energy on what you can control. Your genetics provide the foundation, but they don't build the entire house. Think of your body type not as a life sentence, but as inherent strengths and challenges. Your task is to develop a strategy that maximizes those strengths while managing the challenges. This is where the yes part comes into play, and where the real magic of transformation happens. Now let's dive into the exciting yes part of the answer. While you can't change your underlying bone structure, you actually have immense control over your body's composition, which is what really dictates how you look and feel. Your body composition refers to the ratio of fat mass to lean mass, which includes muscle, bones, and organs. This is where your hard work, discipline, and consistency can create dramatic and life-altering changes. You absolutely have the power to reshape your physique by manipulating the amount of muscle you carry and the amount of body fat you store. effectively changing your appearance so much that you might seem like a different body type altogether. Let's consider our classic Ectomorph, the so-called Hardgainer. While he may never have the wide frame of a Mesomorph, he can absolutely pack on significant amounts of muscle through dedicated heavy training and a consistent calorie surplus. Over years of hard work, a skinny Ectomorph can build impressive arms, a thick back and powerful legs. He can transform his physique from lean and slight to muscular and athletic. He may still have a relatively narrow frame underneath, but his body composition will be so drastically different that he looks powerful and strong. He hasn't changed his core somatotype, but he's maximized its muscular potential. Similarly, let's look at the Endomorph. While she may be genetically predisposed to storing fat, she is not doomed to be overweight. Through disciplined nutrition and consistent training rich in cardio and metabolic resistance work, she can shed significant body fat. As the layers of fat melt away, they reveal the powerful muscle she builds so easily. She can sculpt a strong, toned, and curvy physique that is both lean and powerful. She might need to be more diligent with her diet than a Mesomorph forever, but she can absolutely achieve and maintain a lean and healthy body composition, looking more like a fit Mesomorph than a typical Endomorph. This is the essence of transformation. It's not about changing your fundamental genetics, but about pushing the boundaries of what is possible within that genetic framework. You can fundamentally change your metabolism through consistent exercise and diet. You can improve your posture, create illusions of width by building your shoulder muscles, and enhance your symmetry. Your body is incredibly adaptable. The consistent signals you send it through your lifestyle choices, the weights you lift, the food you eat, the sleep you get, will force it to adapt. Your appearance is not fixed, it is a direct reflection of your long-term habits. So, after this entire discussion, what is the ultimate takeaway? The key is to use your understanding of body types not as a restrictive label that defines your limits, but as an intelligent roadmap that guides your journey. Thinking of yourself as just an ectomorph or just an endomorph can become a self-fulfilling prophecy and honestly, a convenient excuse for not achieving your goals. It puts you in a mental box, limiting what you believe is possible. This framework is not meant to be a cage that holds you back. It is meant to be a compass that points you in the most effective direction for your unique physiology. Instead of saying, I can't gain muscle because I'm an ectomorph, you should be thinking, as a dominant ectomorph, I need to prioritize a calorie surplus and heavy compound lifts to gain muscle effectively. Instead of lamenting, I gain fat so easily because I'm an endomorph, your mindset should shift to, because my body is efficient at storing energy, I need to be diligent with my cardio and manage my carbohydrate intake to stay lean and reveal my strength. This subtle but powerful shift in perspective changes everything. It moves you from passive acceptance to active, strategic control over your own destiny. The labels of ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph are most useful at the beginning of your fitness journey. They provide a starting point and help you avoid common mistakes associated with your genetic tendencies. They give you a baseline strategy for training and nutrition, saving you from years of trial and error. However, as you become more experienced, you will learn to listen to your own body. You will discover which foods work best, what training you respond to most, and how much recovery you need. Your journey will become less about following a generic template and more about creating your own personalized blueprint. In the end, your discipline will always be more powerful than your genetics. Your genetic makeup might determine whether you are driving a sports car, a sedan, or a powerful truck. You cannot trade your vehicle for another one, but you are the one in the driver's seat. You decide the destination, you control the speed, and you are responsible for the maintenance. No matter what vehicle you were given, with the right strategy and consistent effort, you can turn it into a high-performance machine and win your own race. Your body type does not define you, your actions do. We have covered a massive amount of ground today, diving deep into the science and practical application of the three main body types: the lean ectomorph, the athletic mesomorph, and the powerful endomorph. We have broken down their unique characteristics, explored how they should train for optimal results, and detailed the nutritional strategies that will best fuel their goals. The purpose of all this information is not to overwhelm you or to give you a rigid set of rules that you must follow forever. The real goal is to empower you with knowledge, to move you from a place of confusion and frustration to a position of clarity and confidence in your own fitness journey. Understanding your dominant body type is like being handed a personalized instruction manual for your own body. It helps you finally make sense of why certain approaches have not worked for you in the past, and why you might respond differently to diet and exercise than your friends or training partners. It removes the guesswork and allows you to start making intelligent, informed decisions. This knowledge is the bridge between simply working hard and actually working smart. It ensures that every ounce of effort you put in at the gym and every conscious choice you make in the kitchen is pushing you in the right direction, creating synergy between your actions and your unique physiology. However, knowledge on its own is not enough. The most brilliant strategy in the world is completely useless if it is not put into action. The next step is entirely up to you. It is about taking these principles and applying them with unwavering consistency. It is about committing to the process, even on the days you lack motivation. Whether you are an ectomorph needing to prioritize that extra meal, a mesomorph needing to stay consistent with cardio, or an endomorph needing to be diligent with your nutrition, the path forward is paved with small daily actions that compound over time to create extraordinary results. So, I want you to take a moment right now for some honest self-reflection. Based on everything we have discussed, which body type do you most identify with? Are you the classic hardgainer, the natural athlete, or the powerhouse? Perhaps you are a combination of two. Identifying your starting point is not about judgment, it is about strategy. It is the first, most crucial step in taking control of your health and building the strong, capable body you deserve. Once you have that clarity, you have a clear plan of attack. You have the roadmap, and now it is time to start the engine and begin the journey. As you begin to apply these principles, it is absolutely vital to remember that the somatotype framework is a guide, not a gospel. It provides an excellent starting point, giving you a proven strategy that aligns with your genetic tendencies. However, as you progress on your journey, you will begin to notice the subtle nuances of your own body. You will discover that you are more than just a label. You are a unique individual, and the most effective long-term plan will be one that is personalized specifically to you, based on your own real-world feedback and experience. This is the art of fitness that goes beyond the science. Listen to your body. It is the most sophisticated feedback device you will ever own. Pay attention to how you feel after certain meals. Do you feel energized and strong, or sluggish and bloated? Take note of how your body responds to different types of training. Do you recover quickly from high-volume workouts, or do you thrive on lower-volume, high-intensity sessions? These are the clues that will help you refine and perfect your approach over time. A mesomorph might find they need more carbohydrates than the template suggests to feel their best, while an endomorph might discover they can handle heavier weights and lower reps effectively. Do not be afraid to experiment. Once you have consistently followed the baseline plan for your body type for a few months, you can start to make small, calculated adjustments. Try swapping one exercise for another, add an extra cardio session and see how it affects your energy and body composition. Slightly increase or decrease your carbohydrate intake for a week and track the results. This process of self-experimentation is how you move from a generic template to a bespoke program that is perfectly tailored to your metabolism, your recovery ability, and your personal preferences. This is what creates a sustainable lifestyle rather than a temporary fix. Ultimately, your fitness journey is exactly that, yours. It will not look identical to anyone else's, and it should not. The goal is to become the best possible version of yourself, not a carbon copy of someone else. Embrace the process of discovery, celebrate the small wins, learn from the setbacks, and constantly refine your approach. The body type framework gives you the map and the compass, but you are the explorer charting your own unique path through the territory. The most successful people in fitness are those who have mastered the art of listening to their own bodies and adapting their strategy accordingly. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one final powerful thought. Your genetics may have dealt you a certain hand of cards, influencing your bone structure and your metabolic tendencies, but it is your discipline, your mindset, and your unwavering effort that will ultimately determine whether you win the game. Do not ever let a label like ectomorph or endomorph become an excuse or a ceiling on your potential. These are not life sentences that condemn you to a physique you are unhappy with. They are simply starting points on a map, and you have complete control over the final destination. The human body is an incredible machine, capable of adaptation and transformation that can defy expectations. You have the power to build strength, to burn fat, to increase your metabolism, and to sculpt a physique that makes you feel proud, confident, and powerful. The journey will require patience. It will demand consistency. There will be days when you feel like you are not making progress, and there will be moments when you're tempted to quit. These are the moments that truly define your success. It is the ability to push through that resistance that separates those who achieve their goals from those who only dream about them. Forget about finding the perfect program or the magic pill. The secret ingredient has been inside you all along: your own work ethic. Your commitment to showing up day in and day out is far more important than your somatotype. A disciplined ectomorph will always achieve a better physique than a lazy mesomorph. A consistent endomorph will always be healthier and stronger than an undisciplined one. Your actions are the great equalizer. They are the force that allows you to overcome any genetic disadvantage and maximize every advantage you possess. So, I ask you again, are you an ectomorph, a mesomorph, or an endomorph? Drop your answer in the comments below, not as a label, but as a declaration of your starting point. If this video has helped you gain clarity and motivation, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because we have so much more science-backed fitness content coming your way. Always remember, your genetics do not define your limits, but your discipline defines your legacy. Stay strong, stay consistent, and I will see you in the next video, legends.